Alright, continuing mastering SolidWorks cosmetic patterns. Cosmetic patterns are not patterns in the same sense of all the other patterns in SolidWorks. Cosmetic patterns features do not actually create geometry, they just appearance of the geometry. Cosmetic patterns for features are applied using real view functionality, which may or may not be available depending on your hardware, and particularly with a video card. More information is available on Real View Capable Video Card SolidWorks Corporate website. SolidWorks SW support video card testing. HTML cosmic patterns appear. Manufacturing method does not actual geometry. For example, the rapid prototyping requires explicit geometry in order to build a part. For perforated sheet metal panel or a kernel cylindrical handle may be to require only a note on a drawing for the shop set up a manufacturing process to create complete the geometry. To apply a cosmetic pattern to face of the feature body with the entire ass and part of the appearance, the scenes of the decals from the task plane with the choose the appearances of the miscellaneous pattern appearances miscellaneous real view only appearance. Drag and drop desired patterns on the body with the pop up the manual to applying a face feature body with the entire part with figure 930. Show the appearance schemes and decal tabs texture manager with some cosmetic patterns option. Figure 930 cosmetic options appearance scenes decal tabs task manager cosmetic pattern property manager. So insert with the part you have solid body surface bodies axis plane cosmetic threads absorb sketches absorb unabsorbed sketches cosmic properties coordinated system model dimension whole wizard data material line break into original part visual propagate properties propagate from the original part. So we've chosen select bodies and cosmetic threads. Mirroring in 3D solids becomes symmetry with the important aspect of the 3D modeling part of SolidWorks. Mirroring functions are commonly used as a feature of the true, whether they're working on a machine sheet metal injection mold cast for forged parts. I discussed sketching mirroring techniques early in this chapter, and now I will discuss 3D mirroring techniques. Mirroring bodies, and earlier in the chapter I discussed pattern bodies. I mentioned the pattern of mirroring and the tools of the SolidWorks do not have adequate functionality which comes into body and management. Specifically with merge options, either the tools are all pattern mirrored bodies to be merged with the main body front with the main body is not patterned or mirrored. Here you can see that the pattern function no provisions whatsoever. The merging body with the mirror appears to have the functionality which applies only to the bodies that are used or created by the mirror features. I ignores any other bodies that may exist in the pattern. Best practice mirrors bodies of the fastest, simplest method with which a part of complete symmetry. However, they may not be an option in part with the completely symmetrical. In addition, with the decision mirror must be often made by creating the first feature for the first feature modeled as a sketch for the both symmetrically around the origin. Then you need to cut the part in half to mirror it. Inadequate modeling techniques, although it's not very efficient. Mirroring features can be mirrored across planes and flat paces. You have the plane symmetry with a view of the mirroring many feature that is best mirror with all that missing mirror feature rather than to make several mirror features. They may have to do this removing the mirror feature down the tree as a new features depending on your part. What you're trying to accomplish, it may be better to mirror bodies than a mirror feature, but you should not go as far out of your way to model in contrived manner to make this happen. Mirroring entire parts. Often when modeling, when you are required to have a left-hand part and a right-hand part. For this, if you need with the method for the body of the featuring mirroring, the mirror part command creates a brand new part with a mirroring existing part. New part does not inherit all the feature of the original, so any changes must be created with the original part. With this external link, remember the symbol that links to the part that must be open to update with the changes. If you do not have this version of the two parts, you need to use the configurations. You can use the mirror part command, pre-select a plane of your face. You should be careful of choosing a plane because the new part will have relations to the part origin based on the plane where it was removed. Mirror part command is one of the few remaining features that rely completely on pre-selection techniques. Mirror part commands is found with the inserting menu, but is not highlighted unless the mirror plane is selected. The mirroring of the part will bring in several etny types from the original file of the mirror part. This includes axle, plane, sketches, cosmetic, thread, surface bodies. You can also bring over the feature, even break the line of the original file. Mirror part invokes the insert part feature covered with a more detailed chapter 31 modeling multi-body, chapter 33 employing master model techniques. One of the options available that may be demarked with a part and break in the line for the original part of the option is bring forward all the sketches feature for the original part, then adds and move the copied body feature for the end of the tree, simply mirrors the body. Figure 931 shows the property manager insert part feature. No, under normal circumstances, you can get the move the copied body feature into the mirror of the body. SolidWorks applied some magic pixie dust behind the scenes to make this happen. So we select an item to bring it into the mirrored part. Tutorial creating a circular pattern. Follow these steps to get in practice with creating a circular pattern. Draw a square block. The top plane is centered on the origin, 4 inches on the side, a half-inch thickness, extruded mid-plane, half-inch chamfers on the 4 corners. Please pre-select the top face over the block and start with the hole wizard. Select the counter board, hold figure 10 to 32 inch socket head cap screw. Place it as shown on figure 932. Creating axis front and right planes. Choosing insert reference geometry axis. Select the 2 planes option. This front and right planes from the flying out manager crib of the bar instead of the axis at the top of the property manager axis fly out feature manager. This creates an axis in the center of the rectangular part. Click the circular pattern on the tool feature bar. Select the new axis in the top pattern axis selection box, circle pattern property manager. Select the equal spacing option. Make sure that the angle is set at 360 degrees. Set the number of the instances as 8. In the feature of the pattern you select for the counter board, hold. Make sure that the geometry pattern is turned off. Click the OK to finish the part, and the result should be shown in figure 933. Finish circular pattern. Tutorial mirroring features. These following steps to get some of the practice out of creating a mirror feature. Option 9, tutorial side part with the download material. Open the sketch side part shown in figure 934. Straight line on top of the 1 inch long. Angled line 2 7/10 of an inch on the edge is shown. Sketching the rib feature, and then show the rib. Parameters, thickness, tangent 1. Extrude feet direction, flipper material, loft 1 degree to select the contours. Click the rib tool, the feature toolbar, select with the menu, insert with the feature of the rib, select the material arrow to go toward the block, and then the thickness setting and going to inside the 375,000 of an inch. Property manager preview should look like the figure in 935. Applying the rib feature. Creating a linear pattern using the rib, making the pattern reach 2 inches into the part. Creating a chamfer on the same side of the part as the original rib is shown in 936. Chamfer angle distance using 60 degrees and using a half inches. Additional features on the part. Creating a round hole size position is shown. Mirror the whole chamfer to about the right plane. Parametric the chamfer will have difficult pattern C. Need with the geometry pattern option. Finished part is shown in figure 937. Tutorial applying a cosmetic pattern. The following step of the practice of creating a cosmetic pattern. Chapter 9 tutorial cosmetic pattern. Solid part file with the download materials and chat for chapter 9. That's Wiley.com. Click appearance tab. Let's go to the task pane. The steps whether or not they have the real view selected. Expand appearance heading with the metal headings to then steel. Then drag the sandblasted steel icon lower panel down the part. When pop-up menu appears, the part icon apply with appearance to the entire part. Figure 938 show the task pane on the pop-up menu. Expand the miscellaneous listing using appearances, pattern head check, pattern heading. Drag with the waffle pattern on the large cylindrical face of the part. Alt-click the face icon with the pop-up toolbar. Use the Alt key while dragging on the select face featured by with the parts automatically activates property manager. Edit appearance figure 939 show the appearance of property manager. Now we've had an appearance property manager, sandblast, illumination, color, and mapping. We've mapped chapter 9 tutorial finished with appearance loaded into the image, and then mapping. We've done cylindrical mapping, axis rotation. In the mapping tab of the appearance property manager, select cylindrical mapping under the mapping style selection mapping controls panel. Change rotation 45 degrees. Choose the smallest mapping size. Alright, the bottom line, feature patterns, mirrors are powerful tools. You must have some discipline to benefit from these useful. Patterns are particular and extremely flexible. With many of the type of the functions option available, you should avoid sketch patterns if possible. Is not only because of the performance consideration, but also complex sketches. Sketch a lot of entities and relations tend to fail more often than simple sketches. Master it. Create a regular sketch region with a flat face solid part of your choosing. Add a hole inside a regular region, then use a fill pattern feature to fill the region with pattern holes. Create a two-direction linear pattern where the two directions are not perpendicular to one another. Create a pattern feature using instance to skip to remove a couple of instances of the pattern feature. Chapter 10, Using Equations.